Bissong Senior Child Stature of Houston. Devene ne kane tongu bebako. Oh no, Madame Angela.
Madame Angela.
the heat. My people are not fools on the heat. You must let my people go, so we can rule from Cape to Cairo. You must free my people's hands, so we can rule our purpose land. I wanna know who owns the land. Who wanna know who owns the land? Okay, now listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So, Africa must be ruled by Africans.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Chinese are ruling China. Americans are ruling America. Amazonia wants to rule Amazonia. That remains the theme of this TV show, The Anchorman 8, and it will forever be until we have arrived, Boya, and we no longer need to ask who owns the land. Good evening, welcome to the broadcast. It's a pleasure to come to you, and my apologies for the late coming. You just cannot figure out what will happen each time that you get on set. Suddenly everything got frozen. Everything got frozen on the screen, and we'll have to figure out. Thank you for tuning in. Please go ahead and quickly hit your share button while I bring to you a very, very important announcement surrounding this struggle, but particularly Lebialem in particular. So please go ahead, hit that share button. I definitely may not be able to take any phone calls today. This is going to be a very short broadcast. But if need be, if I see the need, I will open the phone lines maybe for 2, 3, or 4, 5 calls, and then we will call it a day. I'm really squeezing time to be here to be able to do this. So go ahead and hit that share button. Let them know the Anchorman is alive, not live. The Anchorman is alive. So hit your share button, and as usual, I would like to know what is in your mind out there. I like to know what is in your mind out there as you hit that share button. Let's quickly get it to 700. I don't want, since this is going to be a short broadcast, I don't want to rush over it before others get here. So please, I crave your indulgence to go ahead and quickly hit your share button before I bring you the short presentation. All right. Let me see. Let me see here what you have in your mind out there joining the show. Again, please, I crave your indulgence to quickly hit the share button. Quickly hit the share button. Let's hit 700, and I come to you with the presentation. All right, I see. Let me know if you are watching by way of Roku. I know if you are watching by way of Roku, you may not be here on Facebook, but just let me know. Or if you have already downloaded Roku, ABS on your Roku, let me know. Gina Fongo, Tewa Free, and 19 others are watching you, they say. Thank you. The Honorable Samuel Thomas, I see you, sir. Good afternoon. Jack Mac David, we shall overcome La Republic. Absolutely, sir. Bernardo Ago, the Anchorman is here. Yes, sir, I am here and alive. Jean Mbako, Black Legs are asking questions why we have to nominate a new field marshal. That the post of field marshal is when you show your ability on the field of battle. You are very correct, very, very correct. Your concerns will be answered as I bring you my monologue, so stay tuned for that. All right. I see David in Kangim say, you look good, my uncle man. Ambazonia must be free. Yes, sir. Ndamba, Ibe, greetings from Leverkusen, Germany. Stay strong, anchor man. Thank you, sir. Mac Powell, great to see you, sir. Thank you, sir. Amber Garacolas, anchor man, please do not release the name of the new Marshal of Lebialem. All right, I hear this from so many people. Okay, let's see what we do. Finally, indeed, nobody can listen to your news because of the long signals. I don't know what you mean by long signals, so you better put it right. Destiny, new country, can't wait to know that we have a new Field Marshal of Ambazonia. All right. Seacon, I see you. Bridget Lire, good evening, sir. Thank you. Taser Siber, watching from the northern zone. Ahead till we reach Boya. Please, I like the way the numbers are jumping. Just about 90 miles to go. Wow, they just jumped to 24. So I have just about 60 more to go. The moment we hit that 700, I come to you with my monologue. And I will be joined by SOS Reverend Asong, the Chief of Defense here at the interim government, and Chairman Paul of Lebialem Security Council, the Chief of Lebialem Security Council. They will all be here. So please hit that share button. Let the numbers fly. I see also ABS TV. Somebody is, this should be one of the admins. Okay, Folem Phrase. Hello, great man, he says. Thank you. All right, I take it. I see somebody with FMA Lives Long watching from New York. Wonderful. Emmanuel in Wanyam, he's watching. Okay, thank you, sir. Leone Coupe, good evening, watching from Ground Zero, he says. Wonderful. Hans Orok, I see you. Tayi Zebulon, good evening. Secretary Chris, watching live from Boya, the capital city of Ambazonia. We love you. Thank you, sir. God bless. I hope you guys are safe out there. Marinus George, I see you. Mac Power, I see you. Joe Paolo, I see you. Please hit your share button. 40 more people to go. 40. All right. Joe Paolo, I see you. Greetings, sir. Thank you. I see also Stella Anita waiting for our new king. Okay. Exodus Tegan, Kami Cruz, Anchorman, I love the tune now. We are regaining our strength again after FMA. Wonderful. Great to hear that. We have to move on, right? Goma overall, Ambazonia must be free. Thanks for all your effort, Anchorman. All right. Thank you. Destiny New Country. Jack Mac David FMK has paid the best price for our freedom. We shall remember him. It is not enough to remember him. But I agree with you, but I say to every one of you Ambazonians out there, it is not just enough to remember FMA. It is enough to uphold the legacy he left behind, the Red Dragons. Many of you do not know this story. FMA, and I'm going to tell this story on Saturday. FMA, unlike any other fighter general on Ground Zero, went to Lebialem from Yaoundé, used his own money, 40 million CFA franc, to set up the Red Dragons. 40 million CFA franc. Many people do not, I don't think many people know this, except probably Bishop John Egiawan and a few others will know this. But that will be a story for another day. All right, I see Amber Toka. Bitcoiners think someone is to win a case. Stupid people. All right, thank you. Chi Suleiman, Chiketo, I see you, sir. Ete Sophia, this is to let the public know that the BLM is still ungovernable. Absolutely, it will remain ungovernable. You all saw it with the lamentations of their governor out there in Benji the other day, isn't it? If anybody wondered when we say Lebialem has been vacated. You saw it with your own eyes. Thanks to Bernard bin Laden. Bernard bin Laden, the colonial governor of Boya. He took his cameras there and we saw his own lamentations. Ladies and gentlemen, Lebialem is in our column and it will stay that way until we say bye-bye, final bye-bye to La République du Cameroon, never to remember them anymore. All right, thank you for again joining. We have hit the number already and over and counting, and I see it still jumping. Keep on hitting your share button. And before I come to you with my monologue, I just like to remind this guy in Yaoundé, ladies and gentlemen, I just like to remind the so-called Prime Minister in the person of Dion Ngute. I listened to him over the weekend, salivating, indicating that finally, peace is returning, peace and calm. They are returning to the northwest and the southwest regions, as they call it. Mr. Prime Minister, sir, I don't have to blame you, and I just want to remind you that isn't the first time you guys thought it is all over. It is not over till it is over, sir. It is not over till it is over. Paul Atangaji said that 1 year ago. Only a few months ago, he was down in Victoria lamenting where they are still getting their guns. They thought it was all over. And we saw Dion Ngute salivating over the so-called achievements of the Grand National Dialogue. Mr. Prime Minister, sir, I'd like to ask you what happened to reconstruction. We told you a stone will not be erected in Ambazonia in the name of reconstruction. It's been more than 1 year and not a stone has been erected in Ambazonia. If you are living in an illusion that the war is over, peace is returning, calm is returning, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dion Ngute, you are living a dream, sir. You are living in a dream. I will assure you from here, sir, that until we set foot on Boya and erect our flag on a permanent basis, this war will not be over. If it means going for 30 years, if it means going for 50 years. Look at what happened between Senegal and the Casamance. The Senegalese realized they cannot beat them, and they summoned courage to sit down with them at a negotiation table. That is what La République du Cameroon can do to save that country. I can assure all of you in La République du Cameroon, there will be no La République du Cameroon without a free and independent Ambazonia. You can take this to the bank. No La République du Cameroon without a free and independent Ambazonia. You know, I don't blame you, because once in a while you would think that you can you have some victory. Just the same thing on our side. Once in a while we think we celebrate some big strides, isn't it? And we think that we are on the right path. We are actually on the right path, but there are moments where there are slowdowns. And La République turns to celebrate, as we see Dion Ngute trying to do. But again, ladies and gentlemen, we've gone too far to think that this is a moment to surrender. And I understand the pain that Ground Zero goes through. But listen, if we give up now, I can assure all of you, we give up this war, in the few years to come, there will be no Bamenda, there will be no Boya. Bamenda will become a town in their western region, and Boya will become a town in their littoral region. I can assure all of you that. Lebialem will become a town in Menua division. Santa will become a town under Mbunda. I can assure all of you. I know it is painful to go through what we go through, especially when you lost a dear one like we do. We know how painful it is But you know what? It is not the time to lay down our tools. Never. Independence is the final bus stop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will bring you my monologue. I will bring you my monologue, and then after I bring you my monologue, I will then bring in Reverend Asong and the security chief for Lebialem in the person of Chairman Paul. In the person of Chairman Paul, and they will discuss with me here how they came about naming or picking the new Field Marshal of Lebialem. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, it will be exactly 1 month, 3 days from today since Field Marshal of Ambazonia was assassinated. It has no doubt been one of the most difficult and depressing moments since we embraced the challenge of this war. It has even been harder on the Lebialem people and those who manage the county. It remains heart-wrenching to come to terms with the fact that FMA has actually gone. But the most traumatized have been those who live with him, those who spend the nights and the days within the bushes, the hills, and the valleys of Lebialem. I am referring here to the rest of the Red Dragons who must continue the mission they all started. Some of them were seated right next to FMA when the killers attacked. These fighters have been the most traumatized. But traumatized as they are, they have said they are wounded and won't rest until FMA is avenged, until La République du Cameroon hears from them. They have made it very clear to the invaders in La République du Cameroon that Field Marshal of Ambazonia wasn't the Red Dragons. He was only the captain, the visionary, the leader. Leaders go and leaders come, they say. The Red Dragons are the collective fighters in Wabane, in Alo, and in Fontem. They are not an individual. Individuals come and go, but the team remains. However, no matter how good the team, it always needs a leader, a visionary and tenacious one in that matter. And you will agree that often the team is only as good as the team leader or the master is. In this particular case of the Lebialem, Field Marshal of Ambazonia was more than a leader. He had a persona that was larger than lives. He forged a vision to prosecute the war without necessarily depending on imported armor. He wanted the Red Dragons to remain fearless, envied, and the most dreaded in Ambazonia. He succeeded largely in achieving it. The point is that his shoes and dreams were big, and that is a challenge that his successor, we name today, will face. However, the consoling thing is that Field Marshal of Ambazonia went into the war like every soldier, knowing that he may die. And he prepared his fighters for that moment. He disclosed to them his chain of command in the eventuality that he is no more. The fighters knew each other's standing or ranking. I recall speaking to one of the commanders, one of those who was actually with Field Marshal when he was killed. I asked him 2 days after, whom ye thought can take over from within their ranks, just to have a feel of what was in his mind. I asked if he would like to become the new field marshal, agitating that his boss had just died and he cannot be talking about his successor. That very moment, he added that, and I quote, Pa, as they call him, had told him what should happen if he wasn't there. I am too young, he said. I cannot take over. I just want to maintain the position Pa appointed me into. Pa had appointed his next in command. And in quote, I no one make anybody change up. He concluded. For the record, as a Lebialem stakeholder, I have been part of the process leading up to the picking of Field Marshal of Ambazonia's replacement. I will say to you all that it was a very easy task and decision for Lebialem County leaders to make. And no one, and I mean no one person, had any objection to the pick. Seeing the need to move on and raise funds to reinforce the Red Dragons, Lebialem County executives and stakeholders met about a week ago, after consultations with all the other generals on the ground, they came up with Field Marshal of Ambazonia's replacement. He goes by the very title of Field Marshal. But take note that the title isn't coming from the county executive. They did not name him Field Marshal. Many of you will be surprised to learn that Field Marshal of Ambazonia wasn't the only Field Marshal in Lebialem. There was indeed another Field Marshal appointed by him and recognized by the other Field Marshals in Ambazonia. He was FMA's next in command and consulting with the generals and meeting to deliberate over the choice. It was only natural that the one whom Field Marshal of Ambazonia himself had appointed takes over from him. That's what Lebialem County has done. I'm sorry, for security reasons which you all know. I won't be showing you his face nor calling his name here. But Secretary of State Reverend Asong and County Security Chair Comrade Paul, they are all here. I will allow them to do the unveiling of his military name, not his real names, his military name. But we are not bringing you his face. To Lebialem people, let me direct a word to you all. The Republic of Cameroon used their own cameras and media to show you the state of Menji. Menji lies in ruins, deserted by any living thing except the occupying forces. This should tell you that Menji and the rest of Lebialem remain a war zone. Those who want you to return with your children, to send them to school there in September, should send their own first. They want you to go back. How about those teachers, those over 700 teachers they pulled out of Lebialem? How about their chiefs, their councillors, their divisional delegates? If they were actually serious about peace returning to Lebialem, won't those teachers and those councillors and chiefs and the elite be back there in Menji? Where are they? The Fond of Fontaine held a meeting in Yaoundé with his chiefs and some criminal elite on Saturday, I believe was Saturday, and they agreed that they will buy all the fighters left in Lebialem with their damn blood money. That meeting didn't take place in Menji or Azi We have also learned that Paul Tasson is holding a meeting of the so-called elite and the chiefs in Boya this Saturday. Every Lebialem son and daughter should be challenging them to take that meeting to Menji, since they think that killing Field Marshal of Ambazonia means life in normality have returned. Let me assure all of you, Field Marshal was only like one tree in the forest. You don't say the forest is gone because you fell one of the trees. Absolutely not. Lebialem remains a war zone. Please, if your children have been schooling anywhere, please, I'm pleading with you, do not take them out to Fontaine. They will miss their place in their current schools and won't find any school in Fontaine to enroll in, or anywhere, in that matter, in all of Lebialem. We Lebialemers are warriors, and we are very proud people too. The Germans fought our ancestors for 9 years. They didn't win, they didn't succeed, they packed and left. This war isn't 9 years yet. Let me assure you, God forbid, even if we lose all the red dragons, we will bring in mercenaries into Lebialem to fight until freedom comes. This war is already about life and death. We are resolved, nothing to lose. As you saw it in the cameras of Okalia bin Laden and in his lamentations in Menji last week, we are the only county that has chased out everything that Republic du Cameroons. We are not letting them back over our dead bodies. You can take this to the bank. Buy or kill all of the red dragons. Mercenaries will descend upon Lebialem the next day. I can assure you that. And to all Ambazonians and lovers of freedom out there, Lebialem needs you now, and I mean now. The Republic of Cameroon carted away every piece of equipment that FMA still had left. We cannot expect the Red Dragons to do so much without revitalizing them with fresh and necessary armor. Please, the time we mourn FMA is getting over. We all agree he did his best, and his all. The way we uphold his bravery and courage and use it as a source of inspiration for other generals still alive is to make sure that we supply the Red Dragons immediately. Let's give the new leader what it takes to make a difference, to keep La République du Cameroun out of Lebialem and Lebialem under our control. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the message. Again, I have not called the name of the new Field Marshal, but again, Secretary of State for Defense, Reverend Asung, is here, and I will give her the honor as the Defense Minister and the County Security Chief to review the name, the military title of this new Lebialem Field Marshal for announcement. So let me get to Reverend Asong. Reverend Asong, it's a pleasure to have you back here, ma'am. You have listened to my monologue. If I went astray anywhere, you will let me and others know. Thank you for joining, ma'am.
Thank you, Anchorman. Greetings to all Ambazonians. Greetings, Commander Paul. 21 gun salute. A blessed day. Secretary Chris, it's always a pleasure joining you on your live show and these great events to let Ambazonians know that we are fully on track. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs 3:5-6, say, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and He will make your path straight. He will direct us. That's exactly what the Lord has done. We have trusted in the Lord in all our hearts, with all our ways, and He has given us the right direction on how to prosecute this revolution and the Lebialem County as a whole. And we can assure Amazonians that in the days ahead, with their financial support, the dynamics on the ground, especially in Lebialem County, is going to be very aggressive.
All right,
And
hold
we're
on
not
there,
just going.
Madam Secretary. I will bring in Chairman Paul, and before I do that, I'd like to remind our audience that I have been promising you that I will come disclosing to you all those who killed Field Marshal, those who paid the money, when they collected the money, their names and their faces. I want to promise all of you, please make this a date. I am coming with those exclusive revelations or disclosures on Wednesday. On Wednesday, those who killed Fee Measure, I will have their faces on this screen. Those who paid the money, 23 million CFA francs, I will have their faces on this screen. So get ready. And I hear some conspiracies that some activists out there are putting out. Please, activists, you make me very ashamed of you if you cannot even investigate stuff to put it out. I am very ashamed that none of you would even care to give me a phone call to put out, to spew out the nonsense that you are putting out there. It's very ridiculous. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you a date on Wednesday. I will give you the names of the 4 people who went to the spot where Field Marshal was and killed him. I will give you the name of the people who paid the money in the amount, 23 million CFA franc. That money was collected in Boya a week ago. I will bring you their faces and their names. All right. Chairman Paul, it's a pleasure having you, sir. I know your image is not the best there, but thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you 5 on 5.
Thank you so much, Anchorman Secretary Chris. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Ambazonians, and happy having me tonight.
Thank you. All right, let me get to Reverend Asong. Reverend Asong, people are dying out there to know who this new Field Marshal of Lebialem is. I have said that we are not putting out his real identity, though some already know him, but we will not use this official media to do that. Please come out and tell us, what is his name, the name of this Field Marshal of Lebialem, and where has he been? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Secretary Chris. The Field Marshal of Lebialem has been with the Red Dragons since when FMA moved from Yaoundé, came to Lebialem to set up the Red Dragons in 2017. So he has been with him all these years. Last year, he told me that he has appointed his assistant, and it's unfortunate that the assistant had to watch Blacklegs kill his own father, because FM was like a father to all of those Red Dragons. But he is really bent to make sure that they avenge the death of their boss. You know, it's not easy for some of them. They've gone through a lot of trauma, and because of that, they are really, really, really angry, and they are ready to keep the ball rolling. And there is no other person but FM 2 by of Lebialem County. That was the name that FMA told me last year, and that's the name that he is going to maintain. He has said that he will not change his name. He's going to maintain the name that his father, his boss, his brother named him before his demise or disappearance. So, and we respect that. We talked to other generals on the ground, and everybody said that it would be the right thing for him to take over the mantle because he was the only one that FMA the king appointed before his disappearance. And that appointment was, I think, like last year or 2 years, even when we created the Ground Zero Diaspora Command, that was the person that FMA gave me his name to add on the list as FM 2 by 2. So the new FMA replacement for all Amazonians to be aware is called FM 2 by 2 of Lebialem County. And we are calling on all Lebialem sons and daughters and Amazonians of goodwill. I know FM has some very good friends that were contributing money from their personal pockets to make sure that the Red Dragons have food and their upkeep. Please, this is the time for all of you to step back on board. It's not just about FMA the king. Now his successor is here. He's ready to avenge the death of his father. He needs all of you support. Red Dragons was not just about FMA, but the legacy for it to continue is what we need right now. And in Lebialem County, we've decided that there's going to be a fundraising on, I think, August the 28th. We'll be calling all Amazonians, please. La Republic and his black leg and Nebulas took everything that FMA and even the new materials that he was inventing in the factory was all taken away. So that doesn't cancel the fact that we are going to let La Republic, the Cameroon, and Black Legs to bring Lebialem back to normalcy. So there's no normalcy in Lebialem County. And for those so-called elites that thought that they've had their way, they have succeeded. Even if you bribe, like Secretary Chris said, if you bribe all the Red Dragons in Lebialem or all the other forces that you guys are trying to create, I hear you call some vigilante or whatever. If you are a Lebialem son and daughter out there and you are being paid to come and act as a vigilante, I can assure you that your life is not guaranteed, because once we figure out that you are part of those who organize for FM to be killed so you can become a vigilante in Lebialem County, you can tell God, I'm sorry, because your days will be numbered. And for those funds and chiefs, we are not chewing our words when we say that. If any of you return back to your palace because you think FMA was an obstacle to you people, which he was not, because all of you ran away because of your selfish interests. You abandoned your people. You follow colonial masters. Your forefathers were able to resist the German, to defend their people as chiefs and form. But you all chicken out and went to Yaoundé and you were dining with the enemies. And you turn around and plot for the death of someone who was giving hopes to all Amazonians, who was giving hopes to all the weak soldiers. FMA was an inspirator, a motivator to even those Amazonians that were on the line, that were standing on the fence. They were looking up to FMA the king. But the Lebialem people, because of their interests, their greed, their selfishness, they decided to kill him for 23 million. It's a shame.
Listen, I would think Lebialem people is a generalization. The overwhelming majority of Lebialem people that you and I know are supporters of this struggle. They are the ones who fed and funded Field Marshal and the Red Dragons, and I know they are still ready to do so. The Lebialem people that we are here referring to, We are referring to the little clique, the little cabal eating the crumbs falling from the tables in Yaoundé, led by Paul Tasson. We should make this very, very clear. And the little chiefs who are also hoping that Paul Tasson drops his own crumbs and they rush at it. These are the people, and they remain our target.
That's correct, Secretary Chris. Those are the few cliques who think that they have the final say in the entire Lebialem County. But it's a shame to some of them who think that they have authority and the final say, and they call themselves the old elite and the young elite. I don't know in what category that they came about to differentiate between the old elite and the young elite. Anyway, but whatever be the case, we are waiting for them. If they are able to bribe all the red dragons or all the fighters in the BLM, like you said, we are going to bring missionaries to make sure that the BLM is ungovernable. That's for fact.
All
We're
right,
going to
hold on
move
there.
the BLM
Let me get
back.
to Chairman Paul. Paul, the question is if you can educate the listeners, how did the county arrive at picking this field marshal 2 by 2 to become the replacement for field marshal of Ambazonia? Paul, please.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Anchorman. Good evening once more to all Amazonians. And I will start by thanking all the Amazonians for the show of solidarity and support throughout all our difficult moments in the Lebialem following the demise of our FMA. It has been so traumatizing, even though it has been like that, but we had to pick up the bits and pieces of our broken hearts to move on. Yeah, coming to the question, Secretary Chris, I think it is very simple. Following a few points that the SOS Reverend just made, we had to decide on that because he had been a second in command already. He had been working from day one started, when
Yes,
the
go
war
on, please. Go
started.
on.
When the war started, he was in with the Red Dragons. He is a very young, energetic, and someone who is a professional shooter. He is a unifier, and above all, is a no nonsense man to reckon with. So we saw him. We did a lot of stories. We vetted him from our own position from the diaspora. We called all the generals on the ground to get their own opinions, and we after several meetings, all fingers were pointing on him. That is the best person at the best. I mean, the square peg in the square hole. So, without anything to doubt, we didn't have anything much to think again. So, and coupled to that, he had been a successor already from FMA. So there was nothing to say much than to just to decide on him. That's why we are here today. And the name, as our Reverend mentioned, was a name already given to him when FMA, our great FMA, was still alive. He had, and today he is still, he accepted the name, and we just have to continue from where everything had been. Thank you.
All right. If I may ask you about the state of the red dragons, I'm sure you have heard speculations out there that they are all scattered. They haven't heard anything from them. Are they all scattered?
Red dragons, they are very, very much intact. All the fighters are still intact. We have several camps, different camps all over Lebialem. The entire Lebialem is made of red dragons as of now. And we have several camps which we cannot disclose the number of the camps here. We can't disclose the number of the fighters. everything is still very, very much intact. The generals, the fighters, everybody. The only missing person is our great FMA. So anybody who is saying that maybe the death of FMA is the death of Red Dragon, that person is making a fool of himself. And unfortunately, there was a time that we heard about another name, the Tigers of Amazonia, Tigers of Lebialem, the action Tigers of Lebialem. In short, let every Amazonian know it from today that everybody is back to Red Dragons. There was some sort of a small shaking and misunderstanding, but everything is back. Every dialogue, every piece, everything is very, very much in the house now. So Lebialem is back with Red Dragons, and the fighters are very, very much mobilized
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so sorry for that technical hitch there. Suddenly everything crashed. Suddenly everything crashed. At this moment, we will call it, almost call it a day, but I will just use the few minutes to remind all of Ambazonia that on Saturday, which means this weekend Saturday, Ambazonians will be celebrating Field Marshal the King in Washington, D.C. I will come back on Wednesday and give you details about the program. But if you want to be there, know that it is Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 13th. So please mark your calendar if you live within the New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland, D.C., Virginia. Please make it a date. Let us celebrate Field Marshal the King this coming weekend in Washington, D.C. I look forward to seeing all of you there. Now, because of this technical hitch, I cannot bring back Reverend Asong and Chairman Paul, but I look forward to bringing them back on a later date. I will open the line, take a few phone calls from you to get your feel on the appointment of the new Field Marshal of Lebialem. So the lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. I will take just like 5 calls for the next 5 minutes that I have, and we will call it a night. So go ahead and call. Go ahead and call. Tell us how you feel about this. All right, the calls are flowing. Hello.
Hello, Secretary. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ground Zero, sir.
Okay, and what is the contribution? Quickly, briefly.
Okay. Yes, my contribution is I appreciate all what you people have done, and I'm very happy about it. But please, after the show, sir, I have something to review to you. If you like, you called me after the show, but please, you called me. There are a lot I want to tell you backstage, which we need to do. If it's not so, okay.
Please.
That is something I see. And
yes,
okay.
Do me a favor. Just drop me a brief message to remind me that you are the one who called and asked me to call, so that because many calls come in and I may miss it. So send me a message, reminding me to call you, please.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to briefly thank you for everything, and to say the idea of not reviewing the face of our great generals, it will be the great thing. And from now on, for all generals should not review themselves. If it happens, they happen to an attack, snap it, but don't make any jubilation. Just keep it for yourself. In short, we know they are dying, so we don't even need any of those jubilation. They will weep. It's just that we want to really be so excited about it, but if we keep it, but we don't let them not show their faces anymore, anywhere, because our enemies are tracking them, using them to show them. Because some of us may likely want to join, but we don't want our face to be shown out there, because they can. Only our neighbors will turn back, point us for them to come and kill us. So I think maybe we can disguise, kill them in their numbers if we deliberately do not show our face to them. Thank you so much for that work you people have done.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Send me that message of reminder so that I can call you. Okay. Let's see who is the next caller. The line is open, ladies and gentlemen. The line is open. Go ahead and call. Let's get to the next caller. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling in from?
Yeah, from Bamenda, Mulang.
Mulang. Okay. What is in your mind, sir? Briefly, so that others can call.
Yeah, no, just to congratulate you guys for what you have done in Lebialem. Lebialem is the only county that we can count Ambassador and completely yesterday. So what you have done shows that it's going to remain that way. And then to those little Rosicrucians with their grandmaster, let them know that even if they go to mass, we will track them there. Before they descend to hell after they leave this earth. We will track them even to mass. Those demons who are saying that the war is over, they are joking. It has not started. Thank you very much. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Who is next? In the meantime, this is, ladies and gentlemen, you look at your screen. That is the meeting that Paul Tasson, is convening on Saturday. I hope that Reverend Asong is seeing that. That is a meeting that Paul Tasson and the so-called chiefs, they are convening for Boya on Saturday. And they say Lebialem socio-economic conference, Boya Mountain Hotel, August 13. The same day we are celebrating Field Marshal. They are talking about socio-cultural development. We get you. All right, let me get to the next caller here. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
Yes, sir. Can you turn down the volume of your set, please? And focus on the phone.
Okay, I'm doing that, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Okay. All right. And what is in your mind?
Please, can you remind some of us in Silver Spring, Maryland about the wake-keeping venue and for field marshals, wake-keeping and so on? We need that information, sir.
Yes, please. Thank you about that. That ceremony is taking place this Saturday, August the 13th. At I think they call it Cora Kennedy School in Greenbelt. Cora Kennedy School Gymnasium in Greenbelt on the Saturday the 13th, beginning at 6 p.m. The flyers are out there in the social media. I guess you will stumble on one. I really look forward, as I said, to seeing all of you, everybody there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I hope you got it.
Yeah, I got it. I stumbled on one, but I just wanted you to, on this program, to really emphasize on it so all of us get the information.
Right. I will still be here on Wednesday when I reviewed the assassinators of Field Marshal. Nobody should want to miss the show on Wednesday, when I reviewed the identities and the images and the names and those who paid the bills. Ladies and gentlemen, that led to the death of Field Marshal. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call.
Okay.
All right. Let me see who is calling here next. This is Ghana. Hello. Hello, sir. Calling from Ghana. Am I correct? I see a Ghanaian number here.
Yes, I'm calling from Ghana.
Okay. What is your contribution, sir?
I'm very happy with with the announcement of Field Marshal 2x2 for Lebialem County. And I just want to say that the Lebialem people are very lucky to have somebody to succeed Field Marshal, the King of Ambazonia. And I think it is a moment for us to rally and pledge our loyalty and support to him, Field Marshal 2x2. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I really hope, ladies and gentlemen, Lebialem is putting on a hurricane fundraiser at Reverend Asson, remind me, when is that? Last Saturday of the month?
Yes, the last Saturday of the month of August, we'll be having the fundraising, and we'll be inviting all Ambazonians to really come and make sure that there is hurricane in the BLM, as the anchor man just said. The FM 2x2 is a very serious guy, very delicate, very aggressive, and very focused. And if we really want to see his ability, please, our target is to raise about $50,000 so that FM's dreams can really come true. His purpose was to take this revolution to La République du Cameroon. That was his next target. Before these few Lebialem sellout betrayers cut his life short. And this 2x2 FM want to make sure that they accomplish that mission. We must go offensive, and he is willing to take it from where his boss, his father, his brother stopped. So let's come out on the last Saturday of this month and let's raise this 50,000. If possible, let's raise $100,000. Let's equip them to the fullest.
I believe
Let's
we can
see
raise
how-
100,000. SOS Reverend Asong, we have. I mean, remember, do not forget when we were doing the drafts, no other county beat Lebialem except Momo and Mezam.
That's
In the
correct.
2 years we did the draft, the BLM always came third, raising close to $200,000. I think at this moment we need that kind of support more than ever before. The target
That's
is
correct.
100,000 and not 50,000. If Ambazonians are truly angry, this is the moment to show it, to demonstrate it. If you are angry enough about this war in what La République du Cameroun continues to do, you saw their prime minister salivating out there, oh, peace and normalcy is finally returning to the northwest and the southwest. Please, if we are really angry, it is not enough to express it vocally, but enough to express it with our donation that buy the right ammo put in the hands of those guys. Do you know, if we had the right ammo in Lebialem, we would have taken out those occupying forces there long ago. They needed finishing touches, which is what they did not have. Please, I'm pleading to every Ambazonian, call me if you want to remain anonymous in your donation. You don't have to wait till the end of the month. You can call me and say, Secretary Chris, I want to support the BLM. You can use the same number you are calling live on this program to call me or send a message, and I will surely return your call or return your message. Please let us demonstrate our anger to the chagrin of La République du Cameroun by supplying these boys in the BLM the equipment they need to drive out those elite and drive out La République du Cameroun. I am telling the elite, we are in the days ahead, we will know who runs the BLM, who controls the BLM, whether Ambazonia or La République du Cameroun. I hope you're hearing me. All right, let me get to the next caller here. Hello.
Oh, Secretary Chris, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Victoria.
Calling from Victoria. Okay. Briefly, sir, what is in your mind?
Yeah, what is in my colonial master Okala Bilai and Porter song.
Yes. Okay. Go on, sir. Or you have a bad
We
network.
have gone to sleep.
Who has gone to
We
sleep?
are still awake. We are awake, and we are going to fetch them and bring them out. So
They are meeting in Boya. They said
because
on
we have to
the.
wait.
They said they are meeting in
Yes.
Boya on the on Saturday. Now, I like them to know if they think that they put out an announcement they are meeting in Boya and they are rushing to Menji to evict.
Mountain Hotel. We know.
Okay.
All their song there, so we are telling the chief to be very careful. So we have got some list of chiefs that are going to be there. So we are going to handle them.
Yes, you guys should identify those chiefs and follow them to where they live after that meeting.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, we know where they are going to launch the hotel. They are going to launch some of the chief, and we are telling them that we are well prepared for them. We are expecting them.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Please drop me a message after the call. Let's have a chat.
We are telling them that we are well prepared. Okay, so
Yes, please do. Drop me a message after the call and let's have a chat in the background. Thank you for the call. All
Thank you,
right.
Chris.
Let's see. The next caller. Hello.
good evening, Sete Chris.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kongsamba.
In Kongsamba. Okay. And what is your contribution?
My contribution, my own contribution, I say, I want to me, Lebialem, me be well equipped. And tell our big sister where we talked that other day, say he get, the struggle of Ambazonia. Say he already buy that 3 sticks. We have been asked and say me buy and send them for our boys them, send them for we so that will work fine. If he don't buy that 3 stick, then we'll encourage we for make and say me the work go faster. So even the thing with John Gute, the work at the talk say he don't go start for boy talk or you say it, no war no day for Lebialem, say me all those people they go, me lead them, me they go there, me they go try.
Well, no truth comes out from the lips of those people. They live in denial, but their own cameras are testimony enough to tell everybody that to tell everybody that they have no stakes in Lebialem as of the moment.
Yes, that's what we are waiting. We are waiting for the sticks.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the call. Thank you for the call.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
night. Greet the sister for me.
All right.
That one beside you.
Okay, she can hear you. She can hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. All right. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank
we
you,
cannot
Chris.
take any more calls. Comrade Paul, I see that you reconnected. I give you a minute to just say something before we call it a night. It seems you are frozen. Yes, he is
Thank you,
frozen.
Chris.
All right. Reverend Asson,
Yes.
please say a word before we round up.
Yes, thank you, Secretary Chris. I want to thank all Ambazonians for watching this live broadcast to witness the announcement of the Field Marshal 2x2. And I want to use this opportunity to invite all Ambazonians all over the world that FMA's celebration will be on the 13th of August in Washington, D.C., that's in Maryland. We are inviting everybody that don't worry about security. Everything has been put in place. Security is going to be tight because we know that La Republic will send their agents to be there as well. But let me warn all of you that they will send you there as spy. If we by mistakenly figure out anything fishy about you, the police will just pick you straight to jail. Here we don't fool around. So police are going to be there until the event is over. So we are inviting everybody that you can come with confidence. Everything is in place. Security is secured. So please join us. Let's show Field Marshal some love. Let's encourage the family. It's not easy, but you can see Secretary Chris is waxing stronger. Very few people will be able to stand this, despite the fact that the mom went through hell in La Republique, the sister went through hell, now the brother, but he's still standing. You can see a real patriot of this revolution. please come and show them some support. Come and join the Lebialem people that still believe that Field Marshal 2 by 2 is going to take the mantle and run with it like Elisha did when Elijah was taken away. That's exactly what we see happen. And on that fundraising, the 28th, come out in your numbers as well. It's going to be on ABS Live. So come out, let's support this great man who abandoned his luxury, came to fight for us, produce equipment, did everything possible to make sure that he brought this revolution to this level that we are all talking about. It's thanks to this great hero. We can never forget him. We can never forget his legacy. God bless you. For those in Tole, I see that Commander Zuzu was picked up in Fako and he was being betrayed by those elite. Well, we can assure you guys that keep celebrating, keep pointing where the Amber Boys are hiding. Wonja, Wonja, very soon your cup will be full. Keep humiliating our people. We are watching you. 99 days for a thief, 1 day for the owner. The day we will pick you, we keep trying to pick you, you keep running away from your palace. But one day we will pick you like Ekema was picked up. You can only run for a few, but the last day you will not be able to run away. Keep humiliating our people. We are watching you. One day we will pick you. We've tried a couple of times. You keep boasting that you are sleeping in your palace, but Amber Boys have tried to pick you up in your palace. You are never there. If you are man enough, sleep in your palace, and you see if 1 week Amber will not pick you. Keep humiliating our people. Your days are numbered. This message is for you, Monja Monja. We've had enough of your rubbish. Very soon we'll pick you up. Thank you, Amazonians. God bless you. I see even in Bamendas, some of the elite, some mothers are trying to help Buba. Buba, who is a Muslim. You are helping a Muslim to kill your people. Well, we are watching and we are taking tracks of all of you that have decided to betray our boys, betray your own children because of foreigners, because of what they are giving to you people. The fact that we are quiet doesn't mean that we don't know what is happening. The days ahead, a lot of you will be crying. When the time comes, when we say no mercy, we mean no mercy. No mercy. Mother, father, son, who is going around showing the camps of Amber Boys. We have taken notes of all of you and we have all your names in record. When we start picking all of you, don't be surprised. We are keeping track. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Reverend Asong. Look forward to seeing you this weekend, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of it for tonight. Again, I look forward to being back here, make it a date, back here on Wednesday when I bring to you the revelation of the killers behind Field Marshal. That will be Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you then. It was a great day. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues. So sorry about that. We will have a better show, I believe, next week. So please, if you are on ground zero, remain strong, remain safe. No retreat, no surrender. Good night.
kuchabe. Uge fumse, ufot gonye kuchabe.